Everyone. Today I wanted to take you through a design solution that I'm working on for this apartment renovation, and specifically the problem that I am working on at the moment is the kitchen space. So I just want to show you a quick little video of this kitchen space. So here is the kitchen. Let me, and then, oh, hang on, let's go back. So from this point, we're walking into the apartment. You can see there's a nice kind of big deck. There's a lot of glazing happening, so we've got a lot of natural light coming in. Here's the kitchen space that we're working in. So it's quite a compact kitchen at the moment, and the owners were asking me, how can we make the kitchen bigger without obviously moving any of the walls, because we are working within an apartment space. And the floor plan in general is really well laid out. So my job was to work out how to expand the kitchen without touching any of the walls. So let me just back up a little bit here and show you my idea. The idea, obviously, we're demolishing this whole kitchen, and we're going to actually use this window here that is fixed. We're going to actually bring that into the kitchen, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. There's another section of this kitchen. We're also going the other way, and we're going to end up over here. We're going to wrap this cabinetry around, and we're actually going to create a really gorgeous bar area. So back to my favorite plan creator. So here we are. We're in the plan. So don't worry about this. Basically, you need to kind of close off the walls for some reason in home styling in order for it to kind of function really well. So here's the new layout of the kitchen. This is where the existing kitchen is here, and then it's got a peninsula that kind of kicks back across on this diagonal. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to just flick that the other way and run that in front of the window. And then we're going to change, at the moment, the cooktop's here. We're going to pop this over here. So we've got this full height cabinetry, which you'll see in a minute. And then we're going to wrap that around and create this really gorgeous bar area, which is also a bit of a spillover for the kitchen as well. So let me take you into the 3D just so you can get a bit better of an idea. So this is kind of what I've come up with. This wrapping around in front of the window. This is the section where I'm not struggling, but I'm just making sure that the idea is actually going to bring value to the space and look good as well. So to me, this is a nice additional prep space. We're not sitting in the kitchen space, but as you saw in the plan, the dining space is located right next to the kitchen. So we don't really need any additional seating within the kitchen itself. The prep area is what's important. So we've got a pretty nice big kind of prep area there that spins around and runs along here as well. So all of this is bench height. And then over here, you can see this is the full height cabinetry that creates this gorgeous profile that wraps around and into this bar area. So back to my kind of, modeling to make sure that this is going to work. So it's not a problem, but we've got this big kind of window here. It's a fixed window, so it's quite handy for us. And of course, we also want some curtains to run in front of it. So how do we kind of make that? My original idea was to have all of this open so that the light and everything is penetrating through here. But the homeowners weren't overly happy with having some open cabinetry within the kitchen. They were a bit worried that they might have been a little bit messy, and I understand that. I'm kind of the same as well. And so we thought that we would still raise it up off the ground, but in a way, then how do we kind of make that look really aesthetic? So this is going to be a set of drawers here, and we're going to raise this up about 350, something like that. and then add these kind of nice chunky timber legs. And I guess what I was playing around with was this end feels really normal. Like it feels very natural where these timber legs are going to go. It was more at the other end, and my apologies, I'm still kind of learning how to use this 3D thing here. Do we bring it in line with this, or do I pop it up against the cabinetry? And after playing around with it, this is my preference, because if the legs are sitting here, it feels like this space that's in here is, it feels redundant, or as though we need it to drop down as well. And although this is an angle at the front, this is what you're seeing, in real life it won't be. It'll curve. This will be a curved section and fixed. There's nothing behind it. There's no function to this component. It's the same as this curved area over here. So this is where we've gotten up to. I think it looks really lovely. The other thing as well that the homeowners, I think, were kind of not questioning, but they wanted to understand it in a much better way, was how the two profiles were going to work together. So we've got a shaker cabinet in here, and then we've also got some VJ cabinetry over here. And I think the combination is what really works in the kitchen, given that it's a very neutral palette. It's an all-white kitchen. There's no kind of getting around that. And so do the two profiles work? To me, I think they're a really lovely mix. We can kind of go a little bit more bold maybe on our marble splash and bench top. But I think it's just that combination. And this is an apartment that is located right near a beach. So the aesthetic definitely fits within that kind of coastal scheme. And I think it's this really chunky timber support leg that adds that little bit of interest, and it's not just boring where we've plonked the cabinetry right in front of the actual window itself. So that's one of the renders right there, and then the other one must be this one here. So these are the two renders that I've ended up doing for the homeowners, and I think they both show really nicely how that, you see what I mean, where at the moment it looks a little bit, it is a bit hard, but it's just something that I couldn't figure out within the program. So it's more about my skill set rather than the actual program itself, or that this is going to be the finished product. But in reality, that will curve around. These are the functioning cabinets here. This is a fixed, non-functioning kind of component that allows us to then move into the kitchen proper itself. So let me know what you think about what you're seeing there. And yeah, keep following along, and let me know what your thoughts are in terms of whether you're enjoying these problems or not. I'll catch you next time. Bye.